this part is a little weird to me because it's like so blatant. Like, forget your past. It almost seems like, because there's a loading screen here, it almost seems like it's sort of there for the loading screen, so like you can read it. I don't know what it's for. I never really understood. Like, this is the one thing I kind of don't like as much, because it feels like it's way too blatant. Like, forget your, I don't know, I just don't really, sometimes when games do the thing where they like impose words on environment, sometimes it can be kind of tasteful. Like, I think the Splinter Cell games are kind of cool, and I kind of liked what they did with the new DMC, Devil May Cry, but sometimes I don't really like, because it just seems like it's kind of lazy, or maybe not lazy, but it just seems too blatant. It should be a little bit more subtle. Like, if a game's over the top like DMC and probably Splinter Cell, that makes sense. But this game's kind of subtle. I don't really... I don't know. Maybe this game isn't really subtle. I don't know. I don't know. I'm kind of torn on this whole word thing. There's another thing. Thank you for flying crew got air. So, like, we're still in the airport. Yeah, more wanted signs. And then this room, like, another big, huge room with nobody in it. And, like, definitely something's going to happen here. Usually you'd probably have, like, a shootout, and of course it is a shootout because he takes out his guns, and you're starting to shoot all these police cameras, which we saw earlier. You saw them, they hinted at them earlier, which is cool. I don't really get. This is another moment where I don't really get it, but we're shooting these police things because they're trying to find us out because he's wanted. And there's a bunch of birds, and there's just more of them the more we shoot. Which, are those crows? Because crows usually signify death. And then, yeah, there's that hard cut to Anita on the bed, and then I think there's another cut. I don't know, usually it follows like a bullet. Yeah, it follows a bullet right here. It's like the Max Payne, like, bullet stuff. And then this is such a weird thing, too. Like, obviously you can hear the police stuff's another thing with, like, the audio. But, like, the pink... It's like overbearing, I guess. Maybe that's the point, like to be overbearing, and I don't know. Maybe that was the whole point, just to be overbearing, because like there's a bunch of cops here, and it's not good, and a bunch of lights, and then yeah, it just jumps to here, and you see him in the back shooting. So it's like obviously that you're in this really like chase. Like it goes from just meeting the cops to a chase that you already are in a cop car. Like it goes really quickly. This part is like gonna move fast, and apparently she loves me now, even though we're still drunk. And then there's a car. But this whole part is just overbearing, and just insane. And then like yeah, you burst out of here, and at the end, like that's yeah, this game is all over the place, but also like amazing that he can get that much stuff condensed into there. Like like we know all these things just from like just seeing it and being there in an instant and then getting out of it. Like you don't need to like explain to the player or have them ease into like exciting parts. You can just ramp it up really instantly and it still works. That's what I really like about this game. Yeah, this part doesn't make any sense to me either. Like that's the cop car we were in. It's like a diorama now. People are studying it. I don't know. This part gets a little meta. Like the end, like it's from Blendo games. It's like the credits. Good music again. Really good music. I think that there must be a soundtrack out. I need to get that. I think maybe it came with it on Steam. I don't really remember. Well, yeah, I wanted to go back and look at this building. I don't know what this building is, but it must be like some kind of, I don't know. Everybody's having wine, which might be kind of a throwback to Gravity Bone, because the first place in a Gravity Bone is like a party with people having wine or champagne. I guess that would be champagne, probably. I don't know. But yeah, this whole building is weird. It's just weird. Red. It seems like the motif here. I think there's red in this room too. Yeah. Yellow too. I don't know. Orange is what they use for the signs. And all the signs have like little explanations. It's a first-person shooter. And they're all studying this art that is 30 Flights of Loving. I don't know if this is some kind of commentary on indie games as art. I don't know. I don't want to get into that. Yeah, I don't. There's a bunch of people. And it's funny because like I don't want to disturb them. So if you watched when I was just talking just a second ago, I was moving between them, which I think that's like sort of to make this part not boring. because like if you have too much spaces in a game that are just walking forward straight like this, it gets kind of boring because that's all you're doing is pressing the W button. So I kind of feel like he did this to where like, oh, okay, I'm kind of dodging these guys and doing a little bit of like interaction that I have to think about, so it's not so boring to sort of break up this long hallway. That's probably what that's for, or maybe I'm really overthinking it. And then yeah, this very long room where you get like the pretty blatant meta stuff. Like Brendan Chung did it, and then like some other people that worked on it. Okay, oh, so Quake 2, I was wrong. It was the Quake 2 engine, not the Quake 3 engine. Yeah, and then people that worked on it, Jake Rodkins, Sean Vanneman, and Chris Ramo are the hosts of Idle Thumbs. I don't know who the other guys are, but yeah, he did the music. Other people did stuff. I'm not gonna read these. A special. Did I know anybody from this name thing? Robert? No, I don't recognize any of those people. And then there's like stuff from the game, like the passports that were in the room where you meet Borges and Anita. I don't know, this is such a weird thing. It reminds me of the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, where you can go into that museum where there's a bunch of like weapons and props from the game. It's just this weird thing that he did in this game too. This game came out in 2012, so I guess that might have been an inspiration. I don't know. There's the plane. Another thing too, like this is a long part where you're walking, and at least you get to look up and admire something while you're walking instead of just staring forward. That kind of hints at what's coming up next. Bernoulli's Principle. This is also a really weird part. It's kind of like a little educational part where you're learning about flight mechanics. Yeah, or his flight principle, I guess. So like the air, you learn that. Yeah, pretty much how lift works, which is cool. I wonder if I walk in front of that. Will I? No. This is also interesting too. Like he has the light coming right down on that to sort of bring your eyes to that. And oh, there's a spotlight. Okay, I was gonna say like I thought that was doing the lighting on the fan, but I guess it's just spotlights up there. I don't know why there's spotlights up there. But yeah, weird stuff. Yeah, more stuff about flight, like if you didn't catch on. This part's cool, like you can press that and then yeah, it's basically just telling you about like airplane wings, and you can actually like walk in front of it and you'll get blown away. I wonder how long that took I wonder if that was like hard to do. I don't know. Weird. Just weird. And this is the end of the game, pretty much. You hear that and I can't talk to her. But now we're just riding off. And yeah, even like it's still glaring, so we know it's still that night. And there's the birds, which those are the birds from Gravity Bone, I just realized. Yeah, if you play Gravity Bone, there's those, you have to take pictures of birds, and those were the birds. I wonder if those are the same birds in that shooting sequence in this game. I don't know. They look like crows, and crows are usually signify death in fiction, or in like media. Because like, did we escape or did we die? I don't know. There's just tons of questions in this game. I don't know. The music's still good though. That's all I care about in this part here. But yeah, you can't do anything. This is the end. I can just quit it. But yeah, that was 30 Flights of Loving. It's on Steam if you want to play it. It works better if you actually just run through it. Unlike I did, I just wanted to sort of get a sense of why this game is so cool. I love the cuts that he does. It's such an interesting thing for games to experiment with, and you can kind of do that with indie games. You can't really do that with like market research AAA games that need to be games that sell for lots of money, and I don't know, you just don't get to see this kind of like experimentation. And it's awesome that it worked. Like this is such a affecting game. It works really well. Yeah, I really can't wait for Quadrilateral Cowboy, which I might do the same kind of thing for it. I probably will. Brendan Chung makes cool games, so yeah, that's 30 Flights of Loving.